IPL teams seem to have begun in the fifth gear. We have completed a week of IPL, almost a week of IPL. To talk about how has the start been like, I'm joined by South African legend and former RCB legend AB de Villiers, who's right now in India enjoying some good time at the commentary box with Jio Cinema. Thank you very much, AB, for joining us on the broadcast. Well, as we mentioned, IPL teams seem to have begun in the fifth gear with scores of 200 plus twice in the first week. Do you think that we will get to see a lot more of 200 this season?
I don't think so. It's always the case in the start of the IPL. Wickets are fresh and good and they're well rested. As the tournament goes on, the wickets will get more used and they'll get a bit slower. Some will hold up, some of them will hold up. We'll still see those 200 scores, but some of them will break down and we'll start seeing some low-scoring games here and there, which is also part of the game and also quite interesting to watch. The bowlers come into play and more strategy comes into play with regards to the captaincy and the build-up and the analysis of the coaches and all of them. So I don't think the pass score will stay at 200. It will definitely come down as the tournament goes on.
Now, AB, it isn't every day that we get to speak to you, but since we have got you here, I have to ask you about Virat Kohli, the difference you see in him from last season.
Well, we haven't seen a lot of him this season yet. It's a very good start for him. So it's a big improvement of what we've seen the last couple of seasons. I think he might, if I have to pick something, he looks fresh and happy. He looks light on his feet with regards to his energy and his spirit. You know, he just looks like he's enjoying it, and he's almost decided, you know what, I'm going to start putting pressure on myself, and I'm just going to have fun with my cricket. I'm not 25 anymore. Who knows how long I'm going to play? And I'm just going to have fun. It looks like he decided that. He's in a good place in his life. He's got a wonderful family. He's got a lot to be grateful for. And I think he's sort of just decided to flick that switch and decide to have fun with the RCB team. He loves playing for RCB and he loves Bangalore and spending time there. And it shows at the moment. He looks fresh and happy to be back in India playing cricket here in the IPL.
Now, we all know that Virat Kohli's energy is infectious. Since you have been in the dressing room with him, let me ask you, is it easy to keep him in the team and not make him the captain?
I think it's a good thing. It's got nothing to do with his captaincy. I think he's a fantastic strategist, and he's really good with thinking about the game and analysing and lifting players up as a captain. But I think he's got even more to offer when he's just as is now, when he looks relaxed and comfortable. He makes a lot of jokes where when he's captain, he's a little bit more focused. There's not time to be himself almost all the time. He's got to manage everyone. He's got to make sure the youngsters are happy, the senior guys. Then he's got to plan for a game. Then he's got to go and score runs. Then he needs to be post-match presser, tag on you when you're captain, and you almost got to be this formal, serious guy more often than not. Where now I feel he's just got time for everybody. He's spending time with his teammates. He's got plenty of time to make jokes, to get to the gym and do stuff that he really enjoys doing. So yeah, it's a difficult one to balance out. But there's a time and a place for everyone to say, you know what, I'm just going to leave the captaincy for a little while and just enjoy what I do.
Now, AB, Virat began this IPL on a very big note, scored 82 not out. Would you say that is one of his top 5 IPL knocks? No,
I wouldn't say so. I think he's played better knocks around the 2016 period. He was in the form of his life. He already scored 400s only in that one season that I think were all better than that 82 not out. So, and then there are plenty of others, very good chasers that I can remember. So it was a very good knock and I think a really good start and a nice foundation for the season. But I think there's a lot more to come and a lot better innings than we've seen.
We've asked you about India's past captain, and now we have to ask you about India's present and future captain, Hardik Pandya. He says he's modelled himself after MS Dhoni. Do you see shades of Dhoni in Hardik Pandya?
I wouldn't say so at all, no. It's basically the opposite, really, to be honest. Look, for him, as long as you something you believe in. He believes that he modeled himself on MS.
Right.
That's good enough. It's what you think as a captain and how you believe in yourself as a captain and a player. Me watching from the outside, yes, he's got this calming presence, but there's also a lot of energy and a lot of emotion. We never see MS do stuff like that, celebrating, and Henrik wears his heart on his sleeve, and it's a fantastic thing. He doesn't have to hide it. It can be one of his biggest strengths. But yes, in his mind, he modeled himself on MS, and it helps him to be a better captain. It's
Right.
great, but I don't see similarities in the captaincy there.
Now, it's almost been a week, AB. I have picked out 5 highlights, which have been highlights for me. Tell me which one of them has stood out for you. MS Dhoni's 2 sixes, Butler's 54 of 22 balls with a strike rate of 245, Alzarri Joseph's ball to David Warner, Henrik Nortje's ball to Shubman Gill, and Lucknow's 80 runs in the power play. Which among these stand out for you?
No, you mentioned some really good ones there. I think MS was a big highlight and a refreshing, considering the Chennai ground and everyone was in there. It gave me goosebumps, and I was so happy for him to get a nice start like that in the IPL. It was a great game of cricket as well. It was a close one. But I'm going to have to go with one of my local boys, Henrik, getting off the plane.
Absolutely.
I told the commentators next to me, I don't know what this guy must be feeling like. He's been playing a full season there at home, series after series. He literally flew over at one night's rest, and he's been asked to go and bowl 145, 150 again. So I think that was very impressive of a fast bowler to get off and to find your rhythm immediately and to get some really good wickets in crucial periods of time. I think that stands out for me. So Henrik Nortje is my pick.
AB, you're not lighting up the cricket stadiums with your stroke plays this season, but certainly entertaining a lot of us through your comments in the com box as a Jio Cinema commentator. Tell us, how has the transition been like for you?
I've had a lot of fun. I've had a little bit of experience doing this in South Africa, which helped a lot. It's quite technical at times. You've got to know what you're doing behind that mic. So, but we have a very nice crew here, some fantastic people, really good friends of mine that I've become close with over the years. I think of Chris Gale and Scotty Styris, Swan, Brett Lee. The list goes on, Anil and Robbie Uthappa. And the amazing thing is that what I find very impressive is all the different languages that's been broadcasted. And maybe one day I can do a bit of commentary in the Punjabi language. Who knows? But I've had a lot of fun. It's been refreshing and so enjoyable. It's just people who knows the game of cricket. We've all played, or at least the majority of us have played the game at a certain level. And we have nice banter and we understand the flow of the game. And we don't always agree, which is also great. So there's some arguments and some really healthy conversations, which is great.
Yeah, we keep hearing all of those, AB. Now, everyone calls you an RCB legend, but purely from a commentator's point of view, who's your pick to win the IPL this season?
Very difficult one. A long time ago in the auction, we did a live stream and I said that Gujarat's going to go back-to-back, the Titans. So I'm going to stick to that, even though I really want RCB to win. I just had a feeling like since last year when I watched them play, I thought there's a really talented team, very well balanced. They look full of energy. They look like they can beat any team on any given day. Even if the team comes with their best, they've got enough firepower in that side to counter everything. Whether it's going to happen or not, you never know. It's T20 cricket. Hopefully RCB goes all the way. I'd love to say South Africa is the best team in this tournament.